Hi guys, this is Luthais, and welcome to the 2018 version of the Ultimate Survival Guide. Now guys, this is going to be a series, and I'm going to be starting at the basics and moving all the way up to PvP. And of course, like I always say guys, when you start the game, make sure to pick your name and make sure if you're a male that you're a male, and if you're a female that you're a female. Looking at the UI scaling, I see that if you put it to 90%, it works perfectly. And if you just want to have a look over my settings, this is basically the settings that I play on 560, NVIDIA 560. So yes, not the best card in the world, but the great thing about Miscreated is that you can set everything to low and you won't have that much of a quality difference. Okay, and of course, as you can see, just with the latest patch, guys are always busy bringing in new things and updating stuff. Now guys, when you go to the servers list, then you've got a lot of options. Not really with the official servers, but when you go and look at all, then you'll see a bunch of servers for everybody's needs. Okay, there are role-playing servers, there are servers with active Discord channels, there are servers with active admins, everything that you will ever need. But to start off this ultimate survival guide of mine, and because it's hardcore, we're gonna do this whole series on the first person server, the official first person server. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't worry about my ping guys, I'm not worried about that. And this is where we start. Okay, the reason I want to do a first person server is because that is the ultimate way for you to experience Miscreated. Okay, for you guys that hates being killed, you know, from don't know where, or campers and stuff like that, there are still going to be people that's going to kill you on sight, and there are still going to be campers guys, but it's going to be much more tactical in this environment. Okay, so just remember, if you want to experience the game the way it's meant to be experienced, play it in first person, and you're not going to be killed by a guy sitting in a bush for 2 hours and waiting for you to run by. Now, we basically started at the Woodhaven Bridge, and all we're doing here is making our way to Sultan. Sultan is a place that I'm thinking about, but it's definitely not a place you want to go right in the beginning. Okay, if you're starting out, you just want to feel things out, it's fine. But because I'm trying to give you guys the ultimate experience of this game, I am going to be thinking all the time while I'm running around. So what my thoughts basically are is to just loot this little section here and then move to the Sultan Cave, which is always my go-to strategy when I spawn in this area, because the cave normally has some good loot. And then from there on, you know, I'll make my decision and just see how things are. At the moment there's only 6 players on the server, which is a bit disappointing, but in later parts in the series I'll try to log on when there are more people. And guys, the best thing when this series ends is that I'm going to be telling you guys when I'm playing on the server, and then I'd like all of you to come and try and hunt me down. Okay, if you guys want to try and hunt me down now, I don't have a problem with that. You know, the more real the danger is for me, the better. So you can just invite me on Steam. My name is Luthais on Steam, and yeah, then you can basically just check on I'll accept your friend request, and you can just see, you know, when I'm playing Miscreated and when I'm on the first person server, and then you can come and try and hunt me down. Now, a new mechanic in the game is basically the prone, which is fantastic. I thought they could make the prone a bit lower, but it still works very nice. It's not perfect, but nothing in life is perfect. But it works very nice. And as you could see there, I was lying down, checking if I can see anything underneath the bed. And I'd really like the developers, you know, to put loot in locations where you're going to have to use prone to see it. Maybe under cars, maybe under beds, things like this. So this is the basic cars wreckage between Woodhaven and Sultan. Always a good area to loot. Not the safest area, of course. There's a lot of places where you can get sniped from, but as you can see, when you're looting cars, just move around them quickly and try and make your looting as quick as possible. As you can see, I'm just going to do the zigzag effect, moving from left to right, just left, right, getting out there as soon as possible. And on some of the buses, guys, you will maybe get stuck when you go out of the back door, and on the boat, above Hayward Valley, on the top compartment, I don't know if you still get stuck, but if you get stuck, just use the crouch key to get through that space. Okay, anytime you want to go through a door opening or something and you can't, just use the crouch key. So as you see, we're running towards the cave, and I basically went across the river, and this is another house that you will encounter if you're taking the route I'm taking. And again, you never know what you will find. Houses are always good for food in the kitchens. And then, of course, rags on your table from tablecloths and beds and cushions and stuff like that. So, yes, never think that going into a house is a waste of time, guys, because it's the primary location for food. And, of course, it's where you get a lot of rags. Okay, of course, camping sites with a lot of sleeping bags are always a better idea when you're going for rags, or maybe the airfield, going through all those bunkers is a great place to get your rags. But again, I'm not going to repeat everything I've said in the 2017 survival guide. So if you guys want to know anything or you're unsure about anything, just leave it in the comments and I'll answer your questions for you. But of course, just to reiterate that what I've said in the 2017 survival guides is that rags are your most important thing that you want to get in this game, because it's used for a lot of crafting. Okay, as you can see, I'm picking up the pants, tearing into rags immediately, because my first objective here is to get four rags for a rope, and then an extra rag to make my backpack, if I'm not lucky enough to find a backpack. But of course, storage space will be your first problem when you start out, so looking for rags will be a priority. So we're done with this house, and basically if you go straight up, I've left a map in the description, guys, to show you the routes that I take. Okay, I don't want to show you guys every single route, every single looting strategy, because then the videos are going to become too long and boring. So I'm trying to skip to the parts that matter. Here you will see I'm in the my favorite Sultan cave, and unfortunately there's a brute inside here, which limits our exploration immediately. But yes, this cave is a great place to find guns. Two very important aspects of this cave is to find the healing mushrooms, which you can use, of course, for crafting, and the blue mushrooms, which is extremely important, guys. The healing mushrooms will cure you of poison, and of course, if you run into a spider mutant or get poisoned by a guy with poisonous arrows, that's what you're going to need. Okay, and of course the blue mushrooms are extremely important for the radiation storms. Okay, any kind of radiation that you pick up, if you go to the center of the map and try and loot that radiated area, you're going to need blue mushrooms. If you get caught by a radiation storm, you're going to need the blue mushrooms instead of getting anti-rad pills. Okay, the blue mushrooms you can get on the side of river banks as well. So just remember, blue mushrooms are very important, and that's why caves are such a good idea for me, is because getting blue mushrooms inside of caves is quite easy. So as you can see, and again, you can find guns. I've found many AT-15s and ARs inside here with good loot. It's of course, you're lucky most of the time. And of course, like you saw on that car pile up there on my way to Sultan, I got the hunting scope, which is also an extremely great find. So again, I see the mutant. I don't really want to shoot because it doesn't matter that there's only 6 people on this server, guys. I want you to see how I would play even if the server was full. So these are the routes that I'm taking, and I'm going to be playing as careful as possible and not just thinking about, you know, there's not a lot of players on the server and I don't have to worry, because it only takes one player to kill you. Okay, so whether the server is full or whether the server's only got 10 players on it, if you run into a highly geared player, then he's going to kill you if you have any loot. Of course, this is my favorite escape in the cave, and again you will see the importance of rags right through this first basic tutorial that I'm going to give you guys here. I'm bleeding, and the rag, I don't have a rag on me because I just created a rope, so I'm going to have to take my shirt off and make a rag out of it. Okay, again, as soon as you're trying to do something in a hurry, prioritize. Okay, I can always pick up the can of food again like I did there, but when you need to drop stuff, especially if you have to like take off your pants later on, then yeah, always when you look at your inventory, decide what's important and what's not important. And you're going to have to know that some things take priority over other things. Otherwise, when you're in sticky situations, you're going to take too long with your decisions and it will lead to your death. Basically, yeah, what my thoughts are is that I want to get to the Woodhaven checkpoint. So I swam across the river and I'm at this factory building here, which doesn't really have any major loot. You can find car parts and stuff like that. But yes, got 2 mutants here that I just want to get out of the way. And I don't suggest using a gun ever, especially if you're playing on full servers or populated servers, because giving your position away will just attract many PvP enthusiasts, and of course a lot of griefers out there as well that will just like to queue for the fun of it. As you see there, I'm not the best shot in the world, so I've missed, but now I'm just using a strategy that I like to use when I'm low on health. It's just running a distance, jumping in the air and doing basically a 180 and getting one shot in. If I miss it, I'm low on health, I can't take any risks. I have to do it repeatedly. And if I had a melee weapon, I think I would have basically just ran away, because I know they take about 10% damage off you with every shot, and the hit detection isn't perfect in the game at the moment, so there are times when you're going to miss and you don't know why you missed, and that can lead to your death as well. So as you can see, when you spawn at the moment, they give you a map. Okay, so you can look at the map like that. What I like to do is I like to zoom in and then just check the right hand side of the map, and then I like to lean left to see the other side of the map. Okay, so if you want to live yourself into the experience and try and use the map, it's fine. I'm just showing you guys what it looks like because basically I've got the map in my head already. And like I said, at the bottom there is a map with the red stripes are giving you the routes that I've taken, and the yellow and the green are alternative routes that I would have taken if I was in the beginning stages of the game. Of course, observing your surroundings are very important. Instead of me just running down the road, I wanted to look across the river, see if I see anything, and a guy just made a fire there. Now if it was a clear sky, then I would have maybe stayed here longer, try to see if I can get a location on him. But of course he could have cooked food there. It can be a diversion, it doesn't matter. But guys, don't make a fire in the open like that, because anyone from this side can snipe you. Anyone with a Carlington, anyone with a Wastelander can snipe you from this distance. And of course, a lot of people can get into the water and surprise you. Okay, I know you feel you're protected by the hill, but please, if you make a fire, make sure it's in a forest area. Yeah, I am taking chances. I feel safe, but again, you'll see here that you're not always safe, especially when you're falling between rocks. So again, I've got the bleeding marker. Now at this stage, I can't remember that I had a rag in my inventory, so I'm already thinking about how to get another rag as quickly as possible. Of course, the weather effects of Miscreated is really fantastic. I'm glad they have brought back the mist, so that you're not always sure where someone else is. Makes sniping very difficult, but it just gives that extra eerie feeling that I always love in Miscreated. So yeah, I'm searching around. You'll see here, always look at on the back, of couches to get some good equipment. Always find good backpacks there. As you can see, I'm bleeding. Yeah, I'd really like them to change the bleeding effect a bit. Looks like I'm dropping a liter there every 10 seconds. But I am bleeding and I got the rag in my inventory. So, yes. Again, with the rags, okay? If I didn't focus on rags right from the start, I would have been dead by now. And you will find that a lot. Getting one bleeding marker is not a problem, but if you're not experienced and you get into a hairy situation, especially if people shoot you or somebody's going to hit you with an axe or a nailed bat, you're going to have multiple bleeding markers on you. And if you don't have any rags on you, you're going to die. Okay, so although it might feel stupid for you having 5 or 10 or 15 rags in your inventory, just remember, it can be the difference between life and death. Now, yeah, I'm in Woodhaven, and I've already realized there's someone in here with the fact that you will see as I'm looting, I'm seeing different spots have already been looted, and I've got a feeling of where certain loot is. And of course the fireplace, okay, is the first indication that someone is here or has been here, so I need to be careful. My health is low and I'm trying to keep as low profile as possible. And a new thing that they brought into the game, guys, is this mechanic of the cockroaches and the spiders coming out from things that you search. And I have seen the spiders and I've seen the cockroaches, and they don't impress me much and they don't really pose any threat. But what you will see now here is a reaction. But guys, I didn't really make a sound here, but my chest got like a shock. I don't know, maybe that's what it feels like, when your heart has stopped and they shock you with those two pedals. Because as soon as I search this bed, I always go to stand on top of a bed and I look down, and I try to get the rags out of the cushions and everything. But as soon as this freaking spider popped out, I cocked myself. I promise you, I didn't make a sound, but I shat myself eternally. Just check this. Holy shit, guys. You have to experience that for yourself, and the mist really added it to me. But imagine you're just focusing on the cushion, trying to see the new scroll wheel option, because a new feature in the game is that you don't have to search. Like there, if I don't see a scroll wheel button, I don't have to search it. I know I'm not going to get anything. So that's a fantastic new feature to the game. If you hover over something and you don't see the scroll wheel button, just ignore it, because you're not going to find anything. But every time you see that scroll wheel button, you search that item, you're going to get something. But yes, like I said, I was looking through, looking for the scroll wheel button, and that spider pops up. And I promise you guys, you need to experience that for yourself. I knew they brought it into the game, and guys have told me about it, but it hasn't affected me much. And of course, yeah, I'm in a very dangerous situation. You can see there 3%, guys. 3%. That's what you get, that's the experience that you get when you play Miscreated for a long time. No, I'm just shitting you. I could have died there easily. So I was willing to take on the 2 mutants, and of course you will see that I missed a few shots there. That's why I say the hit detection isn't always great. So as soon as I saw the other mutant coming in, I backed off, and always know when to back off, especially when you see other players, okay? And always keep an eye on your health, especially when you're in a fight, okay? Never go in guns blazing and not worry, what's hitting you. If you get below 20% health, guys, and you don't think you're on top of the situation, like you maybe think you need one more shot on the other person. As soon as you feel you're at a disadvantage with low health, get the heck out of there, okay? With the new prone system, it's very easy to hide. Now, I'm not really worried about the mutants at this point. I'm worried about the player, that could have heard me, so I'm just trying to be careful. And while I'm lying here in prone, I'm looking at the health. Okay guys, in any case, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, and if you liked it, click the like button, and please press that bell button, guys. It will notify you as soon as the next video comes up, and we've still got a lot of things we need to do, guys. So have fun surviving, and see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.
Yeah!